just had the image of seeing the reflection of a great tree in waters underneath. Perhaps that resonates with you. It looks like you're coming in from a place of having a hard time seeing the blessings that are available to you in your life. I find that it can be really difficult to notice all of the divine gifts around us when we're going through difficult times. But this here, it feels more like there's this rushing. So maybe you've been really busy. Even though this is a Pentacles card, I'm feeling a lot of air with it. So it feels like perhaps like the tempo in your life has been faster. I'm noticing, even as I look outside right now, there's clear blue skies. And in that vision of the tree, seeing the reflection of the tree in the water, the skies were nice and clear blue as well. And there's like a lot of energy with that. And so maybe you're feeling more and more of this, this energy to move about, do a lot of errands, do all of these things that you have to do. And it just feels like maybe you're not able to really slow down and feel in tune with all of the material realm in which you have already succeeded and of which you already have. Maybe there's a focus on trying to develop more gains in your life. I'm getting a lot of Capricorn energy with this right now. It just feels like there's a lot of movement happening in the material realm for you. Wow. Well, thank you for being here and welcome. Interesting. The way that the cards flipped out felt very intentional, especially with these ones that landed face down. The only card that I see that was flipped up is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe there's a feeling of overwhelm for you right now. Like, interesting that we got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as your like contextual energy entering into the space, but also seeing that you, the character here, may be balancing and juggling a lot in your life right now. And whenever I see this in the reverse, I always imagine these pentacles falling, right? Like because of gravity. But there might still feel like there's this expectation for you to continue to hold these within your hands. We also see the Nine of Swords. So perhaps with the overwhelm, there's been a lot of stress. I imagine that there's a reason as to why there's a lot of this movement happening for you in the material realm right now, whether that's like trying to tackle all the bills, tackle all of the responsibilities for yourself, for your loved ones. More and more people in your life are asking more and more of you. So there might be this sense of like anxiety, this really overwhelming stress that's present with you at this time. We also see the Justice card in reverse, as well as the Star. So with the Justice card in reverse, this may suggest that, again, this feeling of off balance, a feeling like maybe this doesn't feel very fair to you, with how overwhelming everything's been. Maybe it feels like, well, yeah, of course I'm going to volunteer to do these things, or I'm going to say I'm going to do these things, because if I don't do these things, who's going to? You know what I mean? And so there might be feeling like this sense of unfairness in your life of like, I wish, certain people would step up. I wish that, so and so would ask me if I needed help, or I just wish that I had people in my life who could help me, without it feeling like I have to beg for help, or I have to overly plead for help. Even like, for example, if you do have people in your life. So this can be a really difficult place to be in. But I'm also seeing the Star card energy here. I'm going to cover it with the Justice card, just so I can show it to you all. But with the Star card, it may suggest the sense of emerging from this hurried place that you're in. I mean, the Star card typically, at least, in my interpretation of it, it feels like this coming back to the self, coming back to the light within. Because as you see, this ginormous star at the very top of the card shines brightest when it's in its darkest place, right? So with seeing that you are going through so much overwhelm, so much stress, and a lot of feelings of unfairness, and just feeling overburdened at this time, the Star card suggests that you will be emerging from this place of feeling overburdened, of maybe even feeling taken advantage of, feeling really off balance, feeling like, is this ever going to end? Like, my arms are getting tired from having to juggle these pentacles, and now I got to juggle them while I'm upside down too. Like, what the heck? Yeah, it just may feel like there's not an end in sight, but the Star card is suggesting there is, and it's suggesting that you will emerge from this place soon. So let's go ahead and get some guidance from this deck for you. These messages are from this Tibetan Buddhist deck. So let's go ahead and see what messages might be present for you that can help you at this time. So you've got several messages here. Let's see, there are a few different ones present. So the one that was overlaying the Two of Pentacles card is number 43, respect. And this says, true loving kindness presents as respect for others, whatever mental dispositions they may have. Embrace your friends with your loving tolerance. So I get the sense that you've probably been tolerating a lot lately. And I also get the sense that perhaps there's something related to this that feels in line with a value that you hold for like unconditional love for people in your life, having a lot of compassion for people in your life. So even if internally it feels like, oh my gosh, this is not fair, or like, why can't I ask for help, or why is no one helping me? This card suggests to me that you hold a lot of love for those around you, and it may be difficult to ask for help based on past experiences, and it feels like deep down inside you know that you could ask these people for help. There's a barrier there. There's a barrier there. You also see overlaying, this one kind of went more into the center. It was between the Nine of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Star card. This one is number 39, 3 Jewels. To access a powerful source of virtue, seek answers and wisdom teachings taught by authentic teachers and apply them to solving daily life challenges. following the example of advanced practitioners. So in a way, this may be suggesting that it's okay to tap into your network or perhaps seek out learning from those who have navigated some of the things that you have. It may be difficult to find someone that is going through all the things that you're going through, but perhaps this is an opportunity to seize in terms of looking for someone who may have more knowledge in one area or two areas. For example, given that, your first contextual energy was the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and then we see the Two of Pentacles in reverse, what comes to mind is the realm of finances. So this could be an opportunity to begin to tap into your network, or maybe look for someone outside of your network that has more information or more knowledge about finances, budgeting, planning, whatever that might be that you're looking for. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a one-on-one coach or anyone like that. It could be, like an author and getting a book from the library, or looking up YouTube videos. But regardless of whatever path you take, it just sounds like there's a lot of support for you right now in terms of learning around an area that might be one of the pentacles that you're juggling at this time. We also see regeneration, and this one fell over the Nine of Swords card. This is number 34, so it reduces down to 7 if that's significant to you. It reads, the secret ingredient of fulfillment is the capacity to maintain good form. The secret of keeping in good form is nothing more than regular nourishment of both your mind and body. So this is inviting you to tune into sources of nourishment for yourself and tending to different areas of your life and different areas of your well-being. So just like with the Three Jewels card, where there's this invitation to learn on a topic that might support you at this time, that might tend to, intellectual rest or intellectual healing, intellectual rejuvenation. But there's other areas too that you may tend to for your well-being, whether it's physical, relational, spiritual, movement, hygiene, food, whatever it might be. This is a good opportunity to maybe pause where you can, set down one of those pentacles that you can, and begin to, I'm getting this image of holding hand to heart, of really offering that love, care, dedication, and loyalty to yourself too. And we have number 21, rejoicing. So one of the best kept secrets for attaining happiness is to immediately congratulate your rivals. Rejoice in their success and everyone else's, including your own. So this is a wonderful opportunity to tap into that value or that beautiful characteristic that you have around unconditional love, where you tap into that expansiveness within your heart and offer that to others and to yourself. Next, we have number 44, creation. It reads, external difficulties reflect inner stagnation that stems from an attachment to the past. To create the new, you must first let the old dissolve. Wow. Okay. Could it be that this juggling that you're doing is something that you've learned from long ago? Could it be that this juggling is something that you were taught to do, that you were expected to do from a young age, and that it's been maintained throughout your life? Whether it's, periodically this survival strategy comes through of like, okay, I just gotta, what is that expression? Like, grit your teeth and bear it. Is this a survival strategy that is coming up for you at this time? A way that you've learned how to navigate high stress environments, high stress periods of your life, whatever it might be. This card is inviting you that maybe in this pause space of like tuning into what may help you regenerate, also calling for reflection on like, what is this juggling? How is this juggling serving me? Where did I learn this from? And what is something that I could do instead that might meet what it is that I'm needing at this time? I think it's important to honor all of our survival strategies, right? Because they came for a reason, they emerged for a reason, we use them for a reason, and in order for them to continue working, in order for us to continue to use them, we must be getting some type of, you know, uh, not necessarily reward, but it's serving a purpose, right? And it's working to some extent. Maybe not always, but it's working to some extent. So this is an invitation to see, to do that self-reflection and see, okay, do I want to continue doing this? Because it's your choice. Like, you get to have choice in that. It may not always feel that way, especially when you're super overwhelmed. And, it might feel more comfortable and more safe to fall into patterns that have helped you in the past. And that is so normal, so human. We all do it. This is just an invitation to, kind of like a rest area. You're going on this long trip. You're starting to get a little achy, you're needing to get up and stretch, you're needing to pause, you're getting overwhelmed, there's like way too much traffic, way too much going on. So you pull off in that rest area and pause and see, like, okay, do I want to continue taking this path? Do I want to take a different route? Do I want to go back to this one spot? Am I hungry? Do I need to go to the bathroom? Like, it's an opportunity to pause and see where you're at and what you might be needing. And lastly, we have number 18, motivation, which reduces to the number 9. Interesting, this is the last message that we have for you today. But it reads, the most powerful motivation is generated by cultivating great compassion. Cultivate great compassion by always setting the pure intention of benefiting others in what you do. So another invitation to tap into that heart space, that expansive, loving energy that you have within yourself that you already naturally exude from. And perhaps in your reflection, it'd be a good opportunity to also consider, how do I define love? What does expressing love mean to me? What does it look like? What are the expectations I have for myself in that act? What do I expect from others in that exchange? And are there other ways that I can express love to others and myself that maybe don't take as much energy from me, if that's the case for you? Okay? Thank you so much for doing this work.